7. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugat and knower the world, supreme God of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shaka clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugat and knower the world, supreme God of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, the destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shaka clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugat and knower the world, supreme God of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shaka clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans who were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides and said, I am supreme in this world, to you wherewise then I prostrate. With pure bodies formed supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme size, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not, incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the founder having all understanding, feel embedded with qualities like a vast ocean. To you, the one gone to thus is I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies I prostrate. Those who are liberated and who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts. To you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage, to all worthy of respect, bound with bodies as many as all realms, atoms, in all aspects. With supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions. Perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all seeing. Subdue the foe of all thought, deliver from Samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of gods, protectors are, to tip of this fresh, pure, white, heaped curd like cloud, hollow sung drop, Dharma's omniscient king. Pray come to this place with your disciples, in space ahead, on lion throne, lotus and supreme merit feel for my mind of faith. Your wisdom I seize full range of nobles. Your eloquent speech adores fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, famed glory outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense like perfume and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and in vision offered up to you, supreme field of merit, non-virtue committed with body, speech and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted three vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned eight mundane concerns, made life essence full. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray whose the reign of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make venerable Sangha's essential teachings specially shine forever. Igme Sera Je Monastery, Dream Kempe Wang Bo Jang Pelyang, Tupung Malu Jung Se Song Wei Da, Gong Chen Kepe Sug Ye Song Kao, Lo Sang Dra Pe Shabla So Adem. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remain steadfast. Homage to the exalted three jewels. Thus as I heard at one time, the Blessed One was dwelling in rgyan together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in concentration of the countless aspects of At that very time, the superior Abhisamayalamkara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of the inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to superior Abhisamayalamkara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, how should a child, but when he is trained from which to engage in the practice of profound perfection of wisdom, Thus he spoke, and the superior Akshvishvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage the practice of profound perfection and wisdom should look perfectly like this. Subsequently, looking perfectly and correctly, this the inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form, emptiness is not other than form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics, that is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no composition, no factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no taste, no form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no God. There is no I element and so forth up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance and so forth up to no aging and death, and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on or abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond there, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times, by relying upon the perfection of wisdom, become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequal mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, since it's not what should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Chayata, Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisoha. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Akshvishvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, well said, O child, the lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of the wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and if the goddess will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the venerable Shariputra, the superior Akshvishvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to those three places, Dakinis. Chayata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisoha. To the power of truth of the exalted three-jewel speech, may all on the side of negativity such as the four Mars we stop, may become non-existent. May they become pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, Shanti, Kuriya, Soha. The 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, free from adverse, harmful conditions. May all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness, bring happiness and well-being here right now. Sashi Pagi Jukshing Meshto Tamri Rabling Ji Sangye Jing Du Jamchu Padu Yake Jaksu Jaki Chunin Kepe Sonam Yu Drola Venture Samdre Drupa Shug Shodak Sofi Chamnala Jamchu Padu Yake Jaksu Jaki Chunin Kepe Sonam Yu Drola Venture Samdre Drupa Shug Shodak Sofi Chamnala Jamchu Padu Yake Jaksu Jaki Chunin Kepe Sonam Drolak and Sangre Drupashu.
Good evening. It's cold. Very cold. Very, very, very cold. Snow coming. Yesterday a little bit snow, right? Just a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. But it bothers you when snow, whether it's cold or snow's coming. What means? Yeah. Yeah. Like we accept that. It's not very happy that it does not that much bother. No, it's bother then anyway we accept. Therefore, very much easy. Any situation when we accept, the situation become easy and little short. And a lot of things we don't accept, then there's a lot of problems coming. Okay. Anyway, I want to set up the good motivation to burn for Mother Samchen Bills. I'm going to study, listen to teaching. It's always good to set up good motivation. Usually, if your motivation, I think motivation is very important for every daily life. Like your motivation accept or your motivation like to do that, you're not really tired. Like voluntary, that voluntary. If someone force you or someone asks you, you not really like to do that, then you are really tired, you're not very happy. Then you, from your own heart, voluntarily do something. It's not really complicated. It's not really difficult. Therefore, motivation is very important for always. Therefore, we're going to do a little bit meditation. We already said the refuge. Buddhism, if you're a Buddhism person or not, you're a refuge. Refuge is the, mark or door of the Buddhism. The bodhicitta is the mark or door for the Mahayana practitioners. Therefore, I would like to ask you guys, set up motivation, meditate feel. If you want to close your eye, you want to open your eyes, doesn't matter what you like, it's more comfortable for you. Front you, Buddha's image. It's not just solid one, the real life Buddha. Since the, when we see the statue, like that kind, and around all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, same as the thousands monks, nuns, simply like that. Try to look something to feel, something to really special the Buddha's image, very clear your mind. Like take picture, like scan your mind. Exactly how he looks, how he sit, what his hand, what's left hand, what's the right hand, how the face look like, what kind of color, what kind of roof. Try to very clear. Try to take picture in your mind. Or you're not easy to remember, just start Buddha's head, slowly, slowly, one by one. Hold the body, then go up, down. Now you think about all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas blessing you. When you bring in slowly, slowly, when you bring in the air, go to whole your body, link or lung, all the channels in your body. Your body bring in all the blessings, bring in your blessings. The all blessings go to your whole in body, inside the body, all the lungs, all the channels. When you bring out all the negative karmas, emotions come out. Couple times do like that. When you bring in all the blessings, bring out all the negative thoughts, emotions, sickness. what you're feeling. Okay. Okay, how's meditation? Okay. Oh, so. Yeah, like that, when we have time, do some little bit meditation every day. An example, when meditation is very useful, and you're really good meditation person, then when you have some situation, emotions coming, you can better control that time. Right now we think this is not good. We know this we can subdue it or reduce, but when we have some emotions coming, this doesn't work. The emotion is more strong. Therefore, it shows we are not very serious to focus our practice. Also, Buddhism says when on the moment you die, you will die sooner or later. Like from today, I think 50 years we are not here, anyone. But the sentence here, it's just, everyone die. Like that, when your moment you die, I think maybe like car accident, maybe that time they don't have maybe much time to thinking. You slowly go, you're thinking, bodhicitta, compassion, emptiness, or you can, Buddha's image, or your teacher's image, like your moment you die, in your mind. Then, his holiness is very serious. The next lap, you never go to the hell realm. One life. Then after, depends on your own actions. Therefore, when at that time it's very hard to, when we are very weak, very hard to focus our mind to positive actions. Therefore, we need to train our mind right now. Usually, when we go to sleep, before you go to sleep, try to think about something positive, compassion, bodhicitta, loving kindness, any kind. Buddha's image, your teacher's image. Just think that think about that you fall asleep. Then you all sleep become positive action. Moment you sleep. How you guys, when you sleep, what you do? We just sleep, then just bomb right. When you close eyes, it just bomb. We don't mind, we don't have much to thinking. Therefore, it's very good, I'm sure a couple minutes before you sleep, you close eyes, you're able to think. Then your mind focus one of the object like that. This will be useful. Slowly like that. Therefore, usually we say sleep is neutral, because it become negative or positive. We can do both. White and black, what color you can put. Therefore, even the moment you sleep, just lay down, think about it a little bit. When the Geshe always when sleep, he hold his mala. I remember that always. When he sleep, so okay, what's my mala? Then we give him mala. outside that, your mind also pretty close that way. Maybe it's Oman per moment or some other thing you think that, but most close. Therefore, it's very useful. Also, research Oman Pemo. Have you guys researched Oman Pemo? Oman Pemo too small, too simple. Whereas, also someone told me, what can I pray if someone die? I said, Oman Pemo. Really? No, it's very serious. Just last 2 weeks ago, someone told me. I said, really, Oman Pemo? No, I want something else. People think something that the Oman Pemo is very powerful. Geshe Tsuga, he also, every day before we go bed, he's a couple malas to Oman Pemo. One of them, my teacher, Geshe Tsuga's teacher, whole Sera monk's teacher, we call Geshe Tenley. When people come, please give me blessing, some Tibetan tradition, when you have some problem to sleep, or you have something going on you, then go to the lamas, rinpoches to ask her to, we call Chicago, Trumas what? Chicago, but, and? Yeah, this is a very common for Tibetan tradition. Then sometimes also they just blessing, then the people have some problem, then they come to Gyaltsen's house. Then Gyaltsen says, Oman Pamo. Then I think I told this many times, the students, maybe some other mantra. Everyone thinks the Oman Pamo is just very simple. Everyone knows. Then the students say, okay, maybe some different mantra, maybe some, Yamataka, Pajayogini, Vajra, something else. They say, you guys doesn't know what's Dharma. The Oman Pema is really the meaning, talk about wisdom and grow. And compassion, method and wisdom.
For all 6 rounds.
Karo, Tapshini. Method of wisdom, right? It's talk about method of wisdom. In order to enlightenment, practice method. They have nothing to know, they have not any other practice. Everything is include method and wisdom. Therefore, it's very powerful. Therefore, when you are sleeping, think about it now. Usually, Om, say that 3 syllables, right? It's talk about Buddha's body, speech, mind is free from the sufferings. Our body, speech, mind is complete, how you say, block or contaminated with the delusions, right? The way say Om is that, think about that. When you say Om, think about quality Buddha's body, speech, mind, and our own body, speech, mind. Man Peme, let's talk about the wisdom. Raw wisdom, raw. Shamdanichi. Mana. Sharamata. Mana. Method. Let's talk about mana is norbo. Norbo is jewel. Therefore, we talk about method, the compassion, bodhicitta, loving kindness. And Peme is talk about lotus. The lotus flower is come from the very dirty, mud, but it's very pure, very clear. Like that, our mind is very clear. Even with delusions, our mind is complete, separate. Yeah, synchronize. Nature of the mind is clear, complete, totally separate in delusions. It's talk about emptiness. Who understands emptiness? Therefore, method, when you think about it now, that time, think about emptiness. Then whom is unseparable? Wisdom and method. Inseparable. Then kanji tabdang shiram nyungo yelmete and nyamsilango songos honsai.
So that shows the inseparable or the unification of matter and wisdom.
Then ane sanjewala kanji ta mata bilinga yosum de ta bilinga yosum yowala nyamle ane tapshinim sike jeo marwas.
And so, in order to achieve enlightenment, the pure body of the enlightenment, you have to purify this impure body of the sentient being. And so, there's no better practice than the method and wisdom to do that.
그래서 마누스야되기 아니 탑성거래 뱀메서도 혈음 성거래서.
And so, the money, which is a jewel, and symbolizes the method, and then peme, which is a lotus, symbolizes wisdom.
아니 마누스야되기다 아니 노르버가 섬치가 아니 군도가 간가 단 가로 단 접고 그랬어 노르버라서 왔다가 있나.
So the money, which is a jewel, so if you have a jewel, that will fulfill all your wishes. So whatever sentient beings wishes, would be fulfilled, by the jewel.
근데인자 아니 다 대가 된다 소리 거나 아니 샴다 인진이 고고 그랬어.
And so the method here is referring to the loving kindness and compassion.
제대에다 샴다 니제 째발라 아니 샘진 지행기 아니 둥하다 아니 텔라탄도 로다 텔라타베 탑시다 소속 제선배 샘주정부 지행거래.
And so in order to have that loving kindness and compassion, you have to think about the suffering of the sentient beings, and then develop a strong wish, wanting them to be free from those sufferings.
아니 샘진 참매가 샘진하죠. 의사와 임바 정말와 로와 임바 걸상 당하면 동반이 걸로 이차는 거래.
And then also think about the nature of the mind of all sentient beings and how they are pure by nature. The nature of the mind is clear, pure, but temporarily polluted or stained by delusions. So if you think about that, then that becomes the wisdom part.
오케이. 그래서 아니 가로 빼매 메톨라 아니 가로 너버지 쯤에 마크와 나시 아니 샘제라잖아 쯤에 마시 바래 샘제라죠 회사와래.
So just like the lotus, even though it's born or it grow from the mud, but it is not stained by mud. Just like that, the mind, even though it is temporarily polluted by the delusions, but the nature of the mind is a clear light.
오케이. 대다 너도 지원하다 되겠다. 그냥 너도 지나 답신이래서.
So anyway, all the practice, when you combined, it can be combined into these two, method and wisdom.
제다 다 단단한 줄로 좀 제대로 돼. 아니 산지 좀 된데가 주지 보고 제대로 동대. 아니 배댕이 도이란 바다. 이게 돈이란 바. 이게 나 수시에 다 배댕이 도이란 바다 감도 된다. 이제 시작되기 그래.
So all these teachings Buddha Shakyamuni taught, the 84,000 heaps of doctrine that he taught. So that's all combined into this teaching on the method and wisdom. So this text that we're studying now, which is the commentary, to the profession of wisdom. So the profession of wisdom explicitly explains about emptiness, and then this text, so the implicitly explains about the method. So we are studying the implicit teaching, that is explained by Buddha Maitreya in his Ornament of Clear Realization. And so when we just read through this scripture text, like just talking about the definitions, divisions, and so forth, then we don't see anything that we can really apply into practice, right?
네게 냠내 제대로 야 조조 배나 샹섬 다 원본 nombo 안을 남을 슈창에 어떤 두고 냠내 셰다게 던주고 아니 또베가 얘네 가래가래 용거 요와 셰다게 요래.
And so here is talking about all those qualities or realizations, that one achieves or generates, once you have entered, into the Mahayana path, and then when you become Bodhisattva, then what kind of qualities, or realizations you gain. That's what it's talking about.
아니 텐디가 또베가 얘네 냠네데 제발라 아니 로카레카레 냠네 제고 빠자카레카레 빵고 그래서 송겨로.
And so it's talking about also, in order to achieve that kind of realizations, or the state of the mind, then what kind of practice we have to do, what kind of abandonments we have to abandon, and so forth. Right?
대체다가 이나야 당감도 갑툭 덮고나 따내지 되나 단디나감도 냠네 제스케 미스 메베서노 동도스.
And so like that, if you just straight into this, doesn't seem like anything that's to put into practice, right?
배차다 와이나 안조게 배나 신도도 보지나 단단간도 배나 신도도 배야 신도고 가로oti 사원도 맞답지 치당 리당 안도 줄로네야 깨로집에 디가고 다녔을 때도 요랬는데나라.
And so like if we related with the example of a tree or or a plant growing, then it's talking about like when you first sow the seed in the ground, and then you apply all the other conditions like watering, the manuring, and so forth.
안에 다 안에 저 라브람 그 소소도 배는 안도 신도야 깨는 총간을 소소 설녀네 소소 쪽대 강샤에서로 라브람다 로조도 되는 시대가 요래서.
And so this is what, how we feel like, it's like talking about all this process. So other teachings like the Lamrim teachings and like the mind training teachings, those are like very ready to put into practice. So it's just like not just sowing the seed and applying the water, manure, and so forth, but you already the fruit has ripe, and you already box them and put them in the supermarket, and now you're ready to go there and just buy it and eat.
제가 되게 사주도 영화를 이게 사번 마따베야 리루야 소녀저 처럼 고거로 와 되면은 이게 되면은 내 영화요 말아.
And so in order to be able to just buy it from the supermarket or ready to eat, which you can just buy and eat, before that, it has to go through all that process, right? Being of farming, the sowing the seed, and then giving all the other providing all other conditions like watering and so forth. You have to go through that. Without going through that, can you just find an apple or any fruit ready to eat in the supermarket?
얘나야 되게 신도 사주도 되게 사번 마따베 갑라야 간지 사초에나 사당 간지나 소다간 예원한 건도 소화가 내가 말아봤어. 싫은 건도 단디 감나시 조대가 예원한 게 레토 말아봐.
And so, but at the time, when you are sowing the seed and when you providing the manures or the fertilizers and so forth, at that time you don't have that feeling, right? How it will feel when you eat it, when you buy it, when you prepare it, and then when you eat it, what kind of feeling you will have at that time. You don't have that kind of feeling, at the time when you are sowing the seed, and so forth, right?
Okay. 된다 간터 아니 어떻게 냠내 봐다 간터 남배의 추 냠낸다 가지는 채웠나 간주 간동하고도 샘매.
And so that's the practice, right? We do the purpose of doing the practice. Why do we do practice? Do the practice? It's like it's like giving a medicine, to your mind.
배나 지나서 something 배나 지나서 포사모서 갑다 단대갑이었나 루춘주고 나라야 생분나 사용에 가리마요나 루쇼베 나라야.
And so like you compare it with yourself, at that age, when you were younger, like teenage time, and this current time. When do you have more trouble with your mind? Now or at that time?
맞다 그 말다. 배나 시당가 미 소소 로추주에 갑기 배나
소소랑.
디갑기 배나 고소소만 받지. 디과다 슈소난 게 로추주 샘거 강용게다. 단디갑기 로추주 나라 샘거 강용 그게 더 많아요. 로추 코소 시당게.
군주가 없어.
나.
군주가 없어. 군주님만 충주가 없어.
단대값이 왔나? 로춘주 로시 보사모사들이야.
So the young people during your time when you were younger, and at that time those people have more trouble with their mind, or the young people now have more trouble with their mind.
What do you think? Huh? You're more people now? But
More to pollute their minds, more to call them, I think they're less able to be self-motivating because they have so many distractions.
It's the same. Same.
But different
Issues are different,
If
but
it's
the
different,
but the turmoil is same.
yeah.
In my opinion.
okay. I can give another question. 50 years before, like age like younger generation suicide population, and right now younger generation suicide 1 year.
Suicide's higher now. I just read about that. It's higher now.
How many higher?
I think it's 7 times higher.
Do you
If I
see?
remember accurately. Something
When
like that.
do you see? When we are teenager, the conditions 7 times worse than now, right? Right? Worse for everyone, even you guys.
Like the facilities. You know, the
Facilities.
facilities. We didn't have all these good facilities like now. Now they have here, right?
No, I'm not talking about war, gun, fight. No, I'm talking about that.
The like facilities,
Facilities.
favorable facilities like the cars or the electricity, water, and all these things, internet,
Water,
all the good things,
right?
Being
Consider.
a student for kids, yeah.
Yeah, education. When you guys go to high school,
The facilities. You understand facility?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
Huh?
right?
When you were growing up? Oh, okay.
가서
먼저 내가 저는 뭐 가서 야타졌어.
not very
칼라 사쳐줘라.
when you go into high school, college, right now, the car that the 채원을 가세요, 사실.
So the high school at your time and high school now at this present time, what's the difference?
Facility, how you guys?
Facilities?
Same?
Also, my parents were at home when I was growing up, or my mom was home, whereas now I think a lot of kids.
Not home. What, right now the more or right now more worst? Because
Is
that
it
career.
same or right now is worse or better?
It was more stable and more secure when I was growing up, and less unpredictability,
그럼.
conflict. So much conflict right now.
다 듣던 거예요, 그래서.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. This is tempo yowachi, and shlogo tempo yowachi, and pula goya mo tegi mewachi, and pama ina lele, pugo lele, ina shlogun tunjiya tane naji pajin zum kali kaures.
Yeah, so that time may be more secure, less distractions, right? Yeah, so the parents are more relaxed, and then children are more relaxed too. But now, but at that time you didn't have much facilities, or like we have now.
제다 타장소 따다 베나 단대게 베나 로레레나라야 pugo 베나 college pugo 가세 수사 지금 디값도 뭐 가세 진짜나 파신 나로 순을 단도 망가요.
Yeah, so how many college students commit suicide at that time, and how many commit suicide right now? It's like you said, 7 times
Yeah,
difference,
that,
right?
according to that article.
제다 따팅 아무 사람도 가르치네 나스.
So why do you think is that happening?
베나 강조라기도 나 가서지 고소 준소면에 베나 수수도 원래 명가요사 베나 그래서 가서 또 같이 sem금 못되게 명가요로 대나네 야샤 곱주대 로추지 않냐랬어. 곱주.
So Geshe, let's say he heard about or was it psychology, a school or a hospital, psych for the psych department of the hospital, and they in Switzerland, and they said like the most of the patients there are all young people. So like 90% of the patients are young people.
Yeah, one Tibetan lady said she's working that. She said like 90% young generation.
In Switzerland.
Yeah, Switzerland is like heaven, right? Like heaven,
A very high level.
very high level, right?
Yeah.
Switzerland.
No, the standard of living and everything is very good in Switzerland.
제가 근데 som당에 가라 간지 아니 시찬에 아니 지금 셜록은 된지 가서 예전도가 티삼진 나그 샘때 다보자마다 와이나 주로 살와.
And so when you think about that, what is causing this is all this the external favorable conditions, right? The external facilities. How much more you have, if you don't, if you are not able to control your mind, then that much more you will be affected by that.
대대인지 땅변나 라가도 엄마 들변나 좁지 쪽에다 미강게가 벤조 연나다 더니 누군가가 세그를 섬데레스. 아니 대주다 대럽 뉴스도 와네 벤조가 야부 때도 오나요? 되게 많아왔지니. 야 강에 심바지. 강에서 답이 심바지 되고 어떤 요새도.
So they said that during the 18th or 19th century, people thought if you have money, that will solve all the problems. And then when they came to the 20th century, then they see, oh, the money is not really the solution for all. Then they were searching for something else to help overcome their problems.
그냥 가서 다나 만나 제대로서 다 빼삭 누구 강이면 내가 강에 주는 예말 삼거서 가서 그냥 안도던 삼도 돼요.
So like those of us who are just like middle class people, who have barely enough money, to cover our expenses, we think that, oh, if I have a lot of money, then all my problems will be solved. We do think that, right? We think that. Do we think that?
제가 다 얘기를 빼는 거는 다 정보 진보 지침부터 소라 빼자고 강에서 안도다는 요 말했으나 그래서 저는 남겨 요 말에 강에 되는 돼요.
So, but when you become rich, right, like the rich people, the rich businessmen, do they have problem with the money? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have a lot of money, but they still want to have more, right? So it's not enough, not enough, never enough, right? So that's why, even if you have a lot of money, you still have problems.
지지는 안절에다 군속에 빼가로 함섬 체유지랬어.
So maybe how much we want, how much we say, oh, if I can have that much more, I'll be all set. But for them, that's not enough, Like we say, maybe if I have $1 million, maybe enough. They will say, maybe if I have a $1 trillion, then maybe that'll be enough. So like that, so there's always more.
제가 아니 가디나 간조고 축세지 아니 수수고 셈나 다보자다 와이나 다때 약속도 자대요로.
So the real solution is contentment, right? If you are content, and then if you can control your mind, then that's the only solution for that.
아니 컨트롤에 가리게나 제어서 수수고 썸마다다 수수고 내가 제다 수수고 남자때다 가리 꼴에나
So the contentment, you can apply that, to anything, right? So, for the things that you want, or for the, how you think, how you do things, and how you think, all these things you can apply there. Contentment.
그나 수수고 메텔나 쇼시셔요.
You can be content with your life also, right?
간조가 딱 메테치가 간조 바지 메테치가 제다다 간조 가도 마찬 제가 제다래 메테치가 대 간지 삼섬이야 섬도 간지 가도 가도 깜바 마차 라바 마차 미다 암조가 도도진다는 하대요 그래서.
And so like we have spent more than half of our life already. Right? Many of us, those of you, 50, then you have already spent more than half of your life. Right? So but you're still, alive, and you're still in a good condition. You haven't broken broken your legs or hands. You haven't lost your eyes or ears. And so you can you say, oh yeah, that's very good. I have a very good life like that. You've been content like that, content. With your life thinking like that.
그러다 근데 수수고 셈나 안에 수수고 지금 컨텐츠 요하나 수수고 셈바 그냥 가릭테나 가와나 제어다.
So in whatever way you think, if you can be content with that, then your mind will be more relaxed.
Okay? Yes.
I have a question though. I mean, I get the part about being content.
Okay.
There are some things we should be like always pushed to, right? Yeah, like learning or practice or.
Well, yeah.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
yeah.
You can't just be content.
Yeah, I'm not saying you have to continue practice. Practice meditation, you're not content. You need more effort. Not, oh, I did a good job, I'm not giving anybody. Therefore, people do continue your practice, study, then you lose your opportunity. is you content wrong one, right? Yes.
Could you say again when, so you said the answer to why more teens are committing suicide is because of the outside stimuli?
대지상 안에 다 로슈미 겁니다. 아니 샘이양사다 마타. 아니 수수가 삼바당 수수가 아니 직다 라라는 제도원이 가면서 왔다. 아니 나사다 연구를 왔어.
Yeah, so yeah, because of all these external things that's causing the distraction, and not being able to match with your thought and your action.
그렇죠? 수수가 레와데 내는 말라박 비 장성보다 비죠 요거 말다. 내가 비 장성 비긴 줘. 제자 수수가 니바당 아니 수수가 가로 아니 니바당 수수가 레와니 차치는 맞춰와인다. 아니 요다 막아. 내 말은 가서 레와드 가도 요 말이.
So now you have more hope or more expectations, right? Your thought and is very high, but your action you can't really reach that high, and when you cannot match with that, then you get into trouble. But before, like you don't have to. Okay, if I can reach that much, that's good enough. Now you're no, I'm not enough. I want to reach further, much further than what I can really reach. So your thought is like that.
And they're being pushed to do it.
Yeah.
근데 포지션에 녀마도더니 점샤거든. 컴바타 아니스면 만 점샤거든.
So then when you're pushed and you can't reach that, then you fall down and you fall down from like
대난에 단다.
stories, buildings.
자나쇼라 이시한테 마을서도 로로로로촌스 점샤.
And now they says that it's even more young students committing suicide in Asia,
Yeah.
in Asian countries.
아니 잠잠배나 자나이서 자나가 미상 전부 도서야 보고도야 다 배자 당장 단들 랍던 전부다. 아니 랍대 주만테 아니 는 파면 거 말라 랍다네 아니 주만테 된 수사 지금 뭐 벌써도.
So the Chinese families, they spend all the money to send their children to the school, to the big high schools, but then the children cannot do the study or pass the exam, and then they couldn't face their parents, and then they end up committing suicide.
Yes.
And it's not only that, like like Korea, Japan, they have the exams, right? If they do well on the exams, they go to university, which means white collar job. If not, there's no second chance. Like here, you screw up, you go to community college,
Yeah.
and you go. Their life is set to be blue collar, and there's a lot of expectations from the parents, and there's no second chance. That's
Yeah.
when.
That's right. Yeah.
야. 근데 이자 된다라면 비게레와 냐고서때 많이 오지 니바가 많다지. 아니 좀 점샤거든.
Yeah. So their expectation is very high. So when they cannot reach to that expectation, then they fall down.
대당 안 좋은 건데 따뜻히 간지 조자 왔다. 조자 도그려 조자 요한테는 레베선.
So from our side, how do we change that? Can it be changed, or is there a solution for that?
당한도 니바요 말거든.
We don't have the power.
Yes.
I have a question. I know in Hindu religion they call it, like you mentioned, like the degeneration. I know in Hindu tradition they call it Kali Yuga. And I know, like in the future when human in our tradition when human being the lifespan is roughly 10 years, it keeps degenerating. That's when the future Buddha will come back, Maitreya will come back. Is there a name for that, like in Tibetan tradition? That process, like we're in the is that a 500-year cycle or something? You know what I'm talking about? Is there a name for that cycle? Like I know in Hindu tradition it's called Kali Yuga.
It's the same thing, yeah. Then 당하죠. 마 냠냠도 거라. 가서 마 냠도 어디 가서. 언저디 가서
등은 육마.
닝마.
닝마. 뉴모니마 샘지뉴마.
닝마. In Tibetan we call it nigma. Nigma. Nigma means like degeneration. Yeah.
오케이. 오케이. 당하는데 로가인데 다 가서 말데 록샤긴다스.
거라 당하죠.
다 가서 심어도 딱 시에다 요.
시드레.
시와든 거로. 심어도 딱.
심미도 딱. 아.
슈모도 다 디다니 지 시에다 봐 총로종이 시에다 봐 다와체는 인지는 시에다 봐
아, 제절 들어. 그럼 제절 말.
제조 컨트리
제절 간대.
간에 가로
먼저 가서 제절래 말해.
제조래 명 살에
가서 거래 받침에 땡기지.
가서 논조조 시에다 봐
어네.
논조와 쇼시는 which one remember Jennifer knows and come back
제절 말해 그래.
로봇이면 또 봐.
제모 제절. We went through that application.
제조
The peak
컨트리
application. The peak application of heat, peak application of application, peak application of peak application of patience. No, we didn't go that far.
I concur, top of page 34.
And what is that? What is the topic?
Number 8, Bodhisattva Sangha who has attained a sign of irreversibility.
신달라면 신다 저와도 신세 뭐라 가자 가자.
아,
신다 저와도.
된로에서 말이야.
아. 시단 시원념니다.
디가로. 아니, 인주 차도 차도. 타와 차도 차도.
달바 차도는 이제 차도니라.
그래서 다 뛰고도 쉬면 더 받아.
실미도 배초.
로마 쉬면 더 배초 어디 가?
로마 치면도 배초. 저 가서
아니, 대대마 차단 록쇼다 돼.
오케이.
좀 시어래 시들 록쇼다니.
Number 8, right?
Can you read that finish?
벌써 먼저 어래 들으셔.
로마 쉬면 더.
실미도 배 따라বে. 이제 차든 달바 차든지 아니면 이제 차든지
대타지 다 로마 쉬면 더 받아.
티카래 가서 가르쳐야 돼.
What number there?
너무 개발이 가르쳐? 너도 배면 가르쳐.
쉬면 더 받아.
치매도 따 말해. 알래 되네 가르쳐. 치매도 따배 다 가르쳐.
로마 쉬면 더 배초 집에 가서 저 대저 쉬면 더 받아 더 샹세 남.
어디? 가서?
쉬면 더 받아 더 샹세 이제 겐데.
ਸਮ기 견데 어디? Yeah, that's right. So number 8, right?
Okay.
구버집으로 로게 가르쳐.
차단 록쇼다 돼.
구버?
마 차단 록쇼.
주주보도. Okay. So we're going to read all these remaining topics. The 8, 9, 10, and 11, okay? Okay, Bodhisattva Sangha who has attained a sign of irreversibility in the context of the assembly of irreversibility learners. The definition of Bodhisattva Sangha who has attained a sign of irreversibility is a Bodhisattva who has attained any of the 44 signs, such as having manifestly turned away from adherence to forms and from so forth to existence. When divided, there are 3. A Sangha on the path of preparation who has attained a sign of irreversibility, a Sangha on the path of seeing who has attained a sign of irreversibility, and a Sangha on the path of meditation who has attained a sign of irreversibility. It is said, the Bodhisattva from the Bible, discriminated through the path of seeing and meditation are here, assembly of and exist from the heat level of the mind and path of preparation through the end of the continuum of the sentient being. The application in the equality of the existence and peace. In the context of the very quality of the existence of the peace. The definition of application in the equality of existence and the peace is a yoga of a pure ground that completely quells the opportunity for the generation of the manifest oxygen of subsequent attainment, due to the being conjoined with the wisdom directly realizing the existence and peace to the when divided there are 3, the exalted wisdom of the 3 pure grounds directly realizing emptiness. Its boundaries are that it exists on the 3 pure grounds. Application in a pure land. In the context of the highest pure land, the definition of the application in a pure land is a yoga of the pure ground that is a powerful potency in the being root of virtue of prayers and so forth, which absolutes the essential land where oneself will become a Buddha. When divided, there are 3, the exalted wisdom of the 3 pure grounds that directly realizes emptiness. Its boundaries are that it exists on the 3 pure grounds. Application in skillful means. in the context of the long with skillful means. The definition of application in skillful mean is a yoga of the pure grounds which spontaneously accomplishes in the manner of the personalization. When divided, there are 10. Application in skillful means which is victorious over the 4 maras. Application in skillful means which abides conventionally and does not abide ultimately. Application in skillful means which enacts the welfare of others impelled by the force of previous prayer. Application in skillful means which is not shared with the hearers and socializers. Application in skillful means which is without a nature of attachment or true existence with respect to all phenomena. Application in skillful means which does not observe true existence. Application in skillful means which is signless. Application in skillful means which is wishless. Application in skillful means through a sign of irreversibility. And application in skillful means which is immeasurable. It is said the objects along with the application that passes beyond the enemies, abiding according to the force, characteristics of not being shared, nor attached, nor observing signs, extinguishing of, and signs of death, and immeasurable are the 10 types of skillful means. It is boundaries that it exists on the 3 pure grounds.
Finish. Yeah, Tandi and Shumatobe Taos and order. Ani Kanji Shumatoba Taos of the Kanza, Rangeladim, Kanza, the Lame Zojale Shumatobe, Shumatoba, and Divjiji, and Taro, Lame Zojale Shumatoba Divjiji, and Tadan Timatin Laguris.
So the sign of irreversibility, right? So irreversibility means like you don't go back, right? Reverse. You don't go in reverse. From achieving your goal of the enlightenment. So having those kind of signs, like he talks about the 44 signs here.
Okay. Ani Shedan Telaya, Ani Jonabashimadabeta, Tolabashimadabeta, and Golambashimadabeta, and some Shagori.
And then here he talks about the pada preparation who has attained, right? The Sangha on the pada preparation, and who has attained the sign of irreversibility, and then the sign of irreversibility on the path of seeing, sign of irreversibility on the path of meditation.
Ani Jolabantamid Dollar Pashi, Tamandava, Nishutamba, Tolambala, and Tamala, Chuduk, Gonala Pashi, Tamandava, Je, Pashi, Teniship Shini, Shepshiro,
Nishu Chuduk, Ge.
Je, Ship Shimare.
So the first one, the irreversibility sign in the path of preparation has a 20, and then the path of seeing has 16, and the path of meditation have 8. So that makes 44 signs.
Ani Kanza de Shanjo Samba Ombo Nombo Yena, Ani Shansam Jonaga Nakaza, Ani Tenishimatobeta, Lame Zojale Shumatobe, Tachabrajan, Tenitoyas at the Tokyo race.
And so if it's a very sharp faculty practitioner or bodhisattva, will have that kind of the irreversibility sign, the sign of irreversibility from the state of full enlightenment, even from the time of the path of preparation.
Ani Ombondina and Tolonga Tokores.
And so if it's the middle faculty in bodhisattva, then it will have that kind of sign of irreversibility from the attainment of enlightenment and in the path of seeing.
And Ombo Toboina and Sajevena Tokores.
And then if it's the adult faculty bodhisattva, then it will have the sign of irreversibility from attaining the state of full enlightenment and the 8th ground. And that kind of sign, there are 2 external signs and internal signs.
And that kanji she tala, and that kanji Tonyo to Sherab Chavaji, Chabran Nabas, kanji Tonyo Ribe, Naran Ta Ibegone. Nangatala, Tonyo Ribe, Naran Ta Ibegone, and Toba Chavajina Dengores.
And so then the internal sign, will be like having all these special realizations, of the emptiness and so forth.
Ani Nangata Chavachinlaya, Ani Alishita Chavachinlaya, Tenjigan Nangin Yamlentela, Tene, Shi Talaya, Ani Semji Shaloke, Ani Mishimbege, Ani Toyagi, Ani lili papa dongwa mini chimpa dhruva la tsuba kanji takchi wachi tani yosares.
Mission that was the name of it.
Misi panga pan tong choya. Naga nyamle nala nyamle niriji yobade nyamle tiki nipi gane shuloki mission paga tong toya tani yores. Pena mini chimpa dhruva li pena semchiga dunga tona mini chimpa dhruva shangchub zembe ane chik sembu penya tatire somana ya mini chimpa dhruva lili pamba tani yongwa sarwa.
So the external sign, would be like goosebumps, in the body, and or tear, shedding from the eyes. At the time when it talks about the benefits of bodhicitta, or talks about the sufferings of sentient beings.
그러와 간다 안에 라니 주부고 쳇다 안에 타와 되니 그 로데 안에 똑똑 똑같대 거로.
And anyway, so
Okay,
one has to be free from that thought, wanting to achieve enlightenment or liberation, for the sake of oneself alone.
와다 대치당 터몽으로 다 든리가 간지 안에 따단 제마다 쳐바지 든리 토야 요사리. 대 마토고 바다 안에 심도 딱 토고 말이야. 얘나 심도 딱 마토베 내내 심도와 요래나 요 말이스. 배나 샤섬 아니 초로 첨보네 심도가 요 말이스. 얘나
Childoyasa.
시도가 요 말이스. 얘나 심도 딱 토고 요 말이스.
So until you have achieved the sign of the irreversibility, that means you can be reversed? No. So once you have achieved the medium, or so the middling level of the path of accumulation, you will never reverse. You will not go back. You only but you have not achieved the sign of irreversibility yet. But doesn't mean that you can go back. Understand? Make sense? You will not reverse, but you haven't, the sign. You haven't achieved the sign of irreversibility yet.
Signs haven't manifested themselves.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
you can't go back.
You can't go back. Yeah.
You can't go back.
오케이 간제 간다 다 되게 도동으로 다 가르서나 아니 시당 나기 간제 냠내게 나게 냠내게 때니 아니 실을 딱 말아 봤더니 토야에서 간제 시 강사 신박 뽑도 했던데
Through that practice or generation of the realization in your mind, you can have the external signs, which can be seen by others.
제다다 드르베나 안에서 조롱라야 뉴스도 샤워 르르르 베나 조롱 제모 세워지 카카카샤도 망보셔 간지 디가 냠내가 내 아무라 용거에서 봤어.
So there's in the path of preparation there are like 20 sign of irreversibilities in the path of preparation, and so again the path of preparation itself has 4 different levels, like the heat, then the peak, patience, and supreme dharma. So all these different levels will have different kind of signs. So all these 20 are divided into different levels of the path of preparation. There's like so many different kind of practices that's to be done, and through that you will achieve those kind of signs.
Okay. What is the tanch counter? Tendriga kanji any shedan nanki tobar chabaje tongi any ombo nombo in a jonokas, drink in a tono, and ombo kazetobana and tabasanga tokere.
So then, so that kind of the science will be achieved. If you are sharp faculty in the path of preparation, if you are middling faculty, then you will be in the path of seeing. If you are dull faculties, then not later than the 8th ground. So before the pure, the 3 pure ground, you will achieve that sign.
Kanji tendida ta tendiga tajbi shevji o kanrada dena rigores.
And so you say it's like any of the 44, right? Any of these. So it doesn't have to be all of them. It can be any of the 44 signs.
Okay? Ani ta kantar ta kasroda. Ta dodon roda de kanji na tombanye tobe toni ripe namran thaibe tobada. Ani tige niba teya ani shanjibu semji sembe koneya. Ani chige semji ge dungondo na minin chimanto bali papa dungondo. Ani shanjibu sembe ani peyeshina ya tege yoma tendige shui ta. Ani tonga tende yosare. Tende mandawando shida shanjibu sembe mankanga yorwad. Tege mandawad yosare.
So there are like the internal realizations, of emptiness, of many different kind of phenomena, right? So of realizing the emptiness of many different kind of phenomena, and that in the realization of emptiness itself, is to be also conjoined with the bodhicitta, and so because of that, then you have all these external signs of having goosebumps, the shedding tears from your eyes at the time when you think about, or when when they talk about the sufferings of the other sentient beings or benefits of bodhicitta, full enlightenment, and so forth.
제가 낸데난데 다다 뎁첨보다 배저림보다 효원들의 망보인도 스티콜라 다시
And so
니나 때서 좀 말했어.
so that this here only have like half a page or like 1/3 of the page, but in the commentary there's all this
Yeah.
So many pages, of explanation just about that.
근데 배전데 이게 또 배슈슈여서
So many pages, and then each page has so many letters. The letters are so small.
내가 나가는 너희 가서 송여 봐. 되게 내와카니 자가요. 되게 싸와카니 뭐 두고 저 시작이요.
So here there are explanations about this topic with the source, how it is explained in the sutra, or how it is mentioned in the sutra, and how it is explained by the commentaries, and so what are the the signs, definitions, and so forth.
제가 나가 돈이 도비 셔럽도 요요 갑라 되게 셔럽데 샴바다 니제가 서는 갑라야 아니 지 셜록건 남전다 아무라 지금도 말아보는 통화에서 봤어.
And so when you have that realization of emptiness, and that realization of emptiness is conjoined with the bodhicitta, loving kindness and compassion, and then then you will have these all different kind of appearances in your body.
Okay? Yes. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
question, is it the teacher who determines those signs, or is it self-determined? Do you know? To say like, I would not say, oh, I have these signs, therefore, but I would come to my teacher, and my teacher would say, yes, you have these signs. Or, do you know?
Yeah.
하고
대 근데 소소게 냠내 간데죠. 대 소소게 갈라 파시. 아니 배잖아 라와도 따다라게 좀 따고 그랬어.
소소하고 시그라.
소소하고 시스 그랬어. 소소하고네요. 소소 때 따다 레메와들 안디나 배셔되는 누. 소소 때 레나야 마 먹어되는 요랬어. 대래 누구 안 먹어되는 요였어. 나 이제 학교까지 소소 때 레바는 레바 학교 차와요 말했어.
So yeah, I mean, you can find out by yourself, or you can, relate your experience, to your teacher, and then you say, oh yeah, that's good. That means you have this kind of sign. You can say it like that. And sometimes, the practitioners, they practice and they don't even know that they have that sign already. So so then when they explain this, to the teacher, then teacher will say, oh yeah, that means you have these signs.
Okay? Yes.
So when you were saying that on the middling path of accumulation, at that point you can't fall to the lower vehicle, so you won't lose your bodhicitta. But what is the difference between this? This is irreversibility, also of bodhicitta.
그렇죠.
다들 취미도 없어요. 취미도 없어야 다 되는 건저 처럼 된 끝내는 많이 냠해요 말서 개발가르스.
제가 코티게 냠야메바네 마냐메가 따도 고통도요 말했어. 나게 변에 냠레기 니바도 줄어라 바통도요 말했어.
근데 가르쳐 버려 그랬어.
제가 안에
다 돈나 마도나가 사람 딩는 거다 그거서 많이 냠해요 말아. 칠도가 요 말아.
야.
칠도하면서 개발가르스.
제가 아니 다 가르나 냠레게 때야 통서 말라 아니 가딜 가게값을 가리랍 거래. 가리깔 가리랍 거래서 그러. 고미다로 마토 냠야 요 말했어. 얘나 시험도 와서 간지라는 어떤 데들이라 아니 라가는데 시험도 오면은 네 똑바되면은 아니 시험도 올라가 말했어. 가지 난게 또베게 배나 아니 배나 돈이라 메베가 아니 라도 가디 도와이나야 아니 쇼노 트레토노라 대토바다 아니 오모노모데다 도바다 아니 시험도 다 디니바도 걸 못하고 그랬어. 가지 시험도 난게 냠내게 쇼기 니바다 마냠나 시험도 다 톱서 거까지 다니데 자고 말 간다.
또 다녀 잠라던데.
다 타니도 맞아 뭐 요도 말도 요 말이나 타니도 맞아서 그러 간들 냠내기 전에 많이 냠야 요 말이었어 얘나야 냠야 매나야 아니 티가 나가 냠내기 그리고 딱 잡아진데 줄로 뜬 도요 말이었어 간들 줄로 나지지
아, 네.
그거 이게 더 나지지 그 말이 도 말이었어
So yeah, that it's only to do with the signs. So when yeah, it's true that you know once you have reached the middle level of the path of accumulation, you will never go back or reverse. But you haven't seen, you haven't been, you have not yet achieved the sign, or you are not able to expose that sign. And so when you have that realization, like we say, when you have realized emptiness, when you have when you have special insight into the emptiness, when you have special insight realizing emptiness, and at that time you have moved up to the path of preparation, and so that time you see the sign, you expose that sign, and that's why it's called sign. But it's like almost like just a term, sign. Doesn't mean that you have to see that sign to have the irreversibility. It's just like name given to that sign called irreversibility.
빼차샤바나 간도 되는 모터 미니 모라다는 니온도이나 또 모라지 모라야 보여 봐. 요거 땅에 맞지. 찍고 다음에는 그 관련도 그 수용고 말아와이나. 모라다다 찍바로 땅와이나 가지. 모라야가 요걸래도 가다. 찍든 요거 말던데 여러 봐. 근데 저거까지 나 코나기 니박 시중 저거는 서로.
So it's like the sharp faculty, dull faculty, or the middle faculty it's like a condition. Like you're driving, you have a better condition car, or a better brand, or a better like engine car, and then the little bit less better engine car. They both are driving towards New York. They both are going there, though none of them are coming back. It's sure that they both are going there, but then one reaches faster, or one takes more time. So that's a difference like that, just like that.
간지 나게 냠내게 잡았나. 모라다 남적 세원 나도 들리서로 봐지.
Or like you can compare with like aeroplane and a car.
Okay. Okay, 다들 사서 다들 사와인다. 디슈든데 시작인다.
Okay, now the next number 9.
Okay. 안에 쓰다가 시와가서나 쓰지대도 응에서도 배셔했습니다. 제탑이다. 단대 가르나 가지 돈영에서 또 배셔했습니다. 제탑이나 가서 안에 대등엔지 왔지 고가 좀 봐. 낸지 드니라 쓰지냐미 시월라 그랬어.
And so this one is like stopping the delusions from rising, at that in the post meditative equipoise, of having realized emptiness directly.
Okay. 시다시 봐. 다 네게 된다 그래서나 그러고 쓰다로.
Yeah, 시다죠 원념이나.
쓰지냐미 시다죠 가로.
아,
시다죠. 쓰지냐미 시고.
시신념이죠, 그래.
그죠? 시다. 이게 쓰진 좀 알레레 하는데. 오케이.
다 봐서 좀 집으려다.
다 네가 가르쳤나 아니 다 받아 빼샤잖아. 간지 네 토노 전화도 보고 제다가 내가서 아니 댄들이 깨가 댄생은 연구해서 봤어. 댄서 아니 지 빵매 와이나 그때 연구해서 와 가지. 아니 따사 제와 덤니 드리고 고가 좀 더 그래. 매와 차는 그래. 해서 드리냐.
So even if you have realized emptiness directly, like so your realization of emptiness directly, you're like meditating on emptiness like all the time, right? Directly you realize emptiness directly in the meditative equipoise. But when you come out of that meditative equipoise, or when you're in the post-meditative equipoise, when you come out of that meditative equipoise, you're not like meditating on emptiness directly. You're like generating other minds. At that time, there is a grasping at true existence, that can arise. Grasping at true existence can arise at that time. But once you reach the 8th ground, then that will never happen. Even if you are not meditating on emptiness directly, but your mind will, even when you are in a post-meditative equipoise, your mind will not grasp at things as existing truly.
제다 간지 제다가 내가 소인 바이나야 안 추다지 제만나지 물론 나지 그만 도대게 들어다.
And so even during the time of the post-meditative equipoise, you will see all the phenomena like an illusion, like an illusion or like a dream.
오케이. 간지 내 돈이라 냠바샤 매바이나야. 간지 돈이가 나 마도 아니 지 댄스가 나치는 연구에서 말이야.
So even if you are not meditating on emptiness directly, but you will only have the vision. You'll only have the appearance of emptiness. You will not have the appearance, of grasping truly, true existence.
Okay, that issue then that's.
Okay.
That's
Now the next
Shida
one, the pure land, application in pure land.
That tea cardana ane karo. Rakanta Sanji she molum to get any but the chive. Takanji tell a level color Tindig Nibalo Kalaya, Sozo Kawa, San Kawa Jana, San Jesaki, Shingam Dek, that number Sharam was.
And so at that time, whatever the pure land that one is going to be achieving enlightenment in, will have the vision of that pure land.
Then ane Neda Ju, Neda Juninga Kanje, Sozo Kan, San Jesaka, and Karo, Jesaki Shinsaka, that Tiga Kaji, Molum Shatan Tripchi, and she not to Yon celebration.
And so you see see both the environment and the beings of that environment, of the pure land, that one is going to gain enlightenment in.
Okay? That Tiga the Kanji, Yamne Tele, Sozo Tadin Man and the Yongres Kaji. Yamne ya Toba Sang Nagi Tobaka, Yamam, and Sozola Nawada, the Ramla Yongos.
So as you go higher and higher in your practice, and then you'll I think it is you'll have like certain kind of visions.
Okay? That issue was that time Kisha was.
And then the next one is the application in skillful means.
That she down Della Mamboji, that Tina Kanji, Tamke Jova the Tokalaya, and the Duji Jongores, Dujit.
And so there are so many the applications like in the skillful means. The main one is like when you achieve that skill application in skillful means, you will overcome the three delusion or four delusions.
Ani Nyomo Beda, Chodaga, Lai Peda, and Kandro.
4 maras, yeah.
Or 4 maras. Oh, then any tea Kanji, Teos, Tabasado, now the Chum Tokum was.
And so even that is only even that happens only in the pure grounds, right?
Can't Chivi want to any Pumbudet. Gangan Chivi want to Nyomo Bedet. Chivi Ngo want to Chodaga that. Teson and Choala Pata Chichi want to shine, and the Lai Peda says you. Can't Chivi want to shine any Pumbudet.
So there's like the maras, the 4 maras, the mara of the aggregates, the mara of delusions, the haipudi, haipuchi, shibadi, and then the mara of death, mara of the Lord of Death, and the mara of the Devaputra, son of the god, and so the mara of the the aggregate is that which dies.
What's the second one?
Second is the delusions.
Thank you.
So the first one is the aggregate, and aggregate is it's like when you overcome the death. So that which dies is aggregate, and that which makes the death happen is the delusion.
But the life is in the Pumbudachi, Chedagadachi, Numu part, Troyak Cheddar, and the Gavadibaka telepathing. Flattering number Shanko, the real like that.
Because Tambudi, Hangchiwache, and Hangichiwache,
Kanchiwach, and the Kangin Chawach.
Hangichiwache.
Kanchawas no Pumbudachi. Kangi Chawana, Numo Chawares. Chewing over the Kana Chedagadaris.
And then the third one is the nature of death, right? The nature of the death. And so that's the Mara of death, and the Lord of death. And then the fourth one is the Mara of the Devaputra, is the is the obstacle. It's like an obstacle that obstructs from accumulating all the virtues in order to prevent the death. Prevent that which which will prevent the other maras. It's an obstacle that obstructs one from creating the virtue that will prevent the other maras, like the mara of the aggregate mara of delusion, mara of the Lord of Death.
Kare ane Nyangal Debala Kechipana Dula Resco. Tazukangal.
And so it's they're called mara, mara or demons, like demon that. So why they're called demons? Because they obstruct you. from achieving liberation or enlightenment.
제자들의 뇽모부터 사제반의 좀로 그래서 사제반의 뇽모부터 좀로 그래서
And so the Mara of delusion, will be overcome from the eighth ground.
안에 쳐다가서 시동 사통분의 요 말해서 이나야 쳐다가도 좀 받았어 안에 상마디바도 좀 더 말해서
And so the Mara of the Lord of Death, cannot be overcome until you achieve enlightenment.
안에 품부터 돼 사제 마다바도 좀 더 말해서
Sangmagabodha.
상마디바도
And then also same with the Mara of aggregate, cannot be overcome until you achieve enlightenment.
안에 라이프에서 다 됐음감 아니 요바테서들 라이프도 용거 그래서
And so then the Mara of the Devaputra, or the Lord of the Son of the God, will be there as long as you have all other Maras.
제당아도 남지 드시세다 그만 남로즈나 가만히 오되게 왔어.
And so you have heard about this, right? The 4 Maras, like that, the 4 demons, Maras, demons, in the Lamrim text.
제자 안에 든지게 간지 단디나 대소배 내시 야오셔들은 누스다.
And so this text, explains it really in great detail
Very nice
about
words,
these Maras.
제자 배나 라이프에서네 남중아 같은 게 가리나 발시 지근해서 막 가지 뇽모베든 쳐다가도 아니 가로 봄부터 좀 대래 아니 지금 조약이 제대 냠내 제발라 아니 라이프도 좀 발시 지근해서 대 야고도 없네 라이프에서 가리나 삼대.
So even I, used to think about, what is the Devaputra? What is the Mara of Devaputra? The son of God, and then here it is explained very clearly that it says that it is the obstacle, that obstructs one from creating any virtue to overcome the other Maras.
든지게 나와다 말하시네 대라인 대대가 서로 간다.
And so in order, instead of creating virtue to overcome those Maras, it distracts you from that, and then it makes you, be distracted, to other things. So that's called the Devaputra.
배차신 yes.
Is that the one I thought I've heard it referred to as perpetual youth? Because you're just never mature.
Exactly. Yeah. So you get distracted.
Right.
So all the other things, they appear in all these beautiful things, and you get distracted by that, and then you don't get you don't engage in the virtuous action, to overcome other delusions.
Right. You just say like a child's mind for.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
배낭도 곰자야가 체대야 지금 제나오년데나 곰자야가 남주 곰자가 요치 곰야고 자요 뜻들래 다 니마지 되게 뜻들래 지금 시아보냐로 오시던데 거기나 가지 되게 곰자야가 고급도 좀 소마로서.
So like you normally spend that time to do your practice, meditation, something like that, and then that day you say, oh, maybe I'll just listen to music, or maybe I'll just watch a movie, Then that is a Devaputra Mara, causing you distraction or interruption, from doing your practice.
오케이.
So that's called the Devaputra Mara.
다 무도지 값이와 깨다 쳔모 쉬운 작보에서 깨다 치는 것도 살았어. 남주 자살이야. 무도지 값이와는 미사마 같이 가로. 다 가로 쉬운 작보에서 깔래 가고서. 할래로 요랬어.
So this 4th chapter of the Ornament of Clear Realization, you have studied that already. So which is very popular in the monasteries, as being very tough, hard to study, and they all like get stressed. It's, oh, we have to study that 4th chapter. Now you have studied that already.
아니 남주연의 깜가와 두바도 맞은 남시라 딱 말했어. 깜디와됐다.
And then, as you can see also here, right, the 5th chapter, 5th, 6th, and 7 are very short. Right?
제가 주도되는 단한 레와드는
The 7 is the shortest, I think.
주도된 레와드 바지 그 제오샤요 만 남준데 시나 쉬는 레시샤 딱 만들어.
So yeah, so even in here, there's not much, right? But in the text also, in the commentary also, there's not much explanation about these ones.
Yes.
I can mention to you that there's hardly any commentaries for the rest of this text in English. I didn't know if that was just because it had been translated or because there was an art commentaries.
그래서
인지나 데 시시라 민두서라.
제자
그 뭐 선발았다 딩님은 또 마주로 연결해 삼들에서 지단 거를 매버려서.
제가 니나 시당 요 제가 몸보에 배제 찍는 뉴뉴스 시당 요진 제가 니나 강간 라운드고 임지 배제 잡으면 몸보에 있나 배제 찍는 거 뉴뉴스
간당한테 된 반다데.
값이 온 거.
Yeah, so it's I mean there is a commentary, but it's very little, very short, you know, and so of course you can make it long as you want, but in the text it's very made it very short. So if it's just a translation of that, then that's all that is. Yeah, it's not that there's no translation.
Yeah, they're not translated. One text very extensive.
Long, extensive.
Long, extensive. Of course, there are many, maybe 10 texts, but everyone a little bit, like very similar. The cup, there are 4 chapters, longer one, and Karo.
Tough
And then Nega Tigres.
and very crucial, important.
Okay.
There is, he's talking about one of the commentaries that's,
Long, short?
It's not as long as chapter 4, but
Yeah.
the 400-page one,
that's a good, that's a good.
Okay. That's it. Any other questions? 제가 다 너종원에 다다 정보지는 간존데 냠내게 소leg면 도와서. 가리 냠내 찍어서.
So yeah, so talk honestly speaking, you don't get any feeling of practice, right? On this one here, when you study these, do you get a feeling of any practice?
아니 냠내를 파 자신한테 잘해요 그래서.
Of course, you can apply that into practice. If you know how to do that, you can apply that into practice. But just reading it, it's just like studying about a subject. It doesn't feel like putting into practice.
제다 시당도 80 따위 qabla야. 이 삼로 야고 따마지나 전에 냠내 잘 시켜서 말해. 80 따위 qabla야.
And so at the time when you were studying these texts, on the professional wisdom, it is very difficult to like apply into practice if you don't really think about it carefully.
장보름 저송도 왔어. 라브름 때 남주 80 몇따 창이 미지 냠내 잘해서 송도. 80 따 창이 지나 라브름 따위 qabla 알에 내고 내려셔도 그냥 딱 되고 싶어서.
And so His Holiness used to say that the Lamrim practice, is for somebody who have already studied these texts, like professional wisdom texts like this. And if when you have studied those texts, and then you look into the Lamrim or the teachings on the stages of the path to enlightenment, then it becomes very easy. It's, oh, that's what it's saying. Oh, that's what it's saying. So that you can understand it very easily.
Okay? Yes.
I find it very inspiring to learn how to meditate. Because I think before this class, I didn't realize the significance of meditation.
가서
검자들 뭐란 배 편도식 같은 것도 있어. 다 그러는데 내가 저기 진다들 맞을 거랑 뭐다 검자기 내가 대체로 하고 있어.
검자도 빼는 거 전부 검자대 오늘한테 내가 지금 단단가도 로조 제대 나도 제게로 와. 그냥 칼라 소야가 소당 신기요래. 소약 잘라간가 요랬어. 로조 제대. 고마잖아 가도 다 칼라라고 말했어. 대충 말했어.
So yeah, yes, meditation is very important, very crucial thing, because even if you have studied all these things, if you don't put into practice through meditation, then it's not really useful. Just like you have all the ingredients together, but if you don't cook it, even if you have that, you will not be able to have a food to eat.
대라는다 검자대 라는다 치그레스.
So that's the way to apply into practice. Through doing meditation is is the way to apply into practice.
다 니바데 빼자나라 빼자다 개개게 제세와데 제 마제세와데 마체네 대념네 제다 치그레스.
And so also like when you study the text, whether you study what the teacher tells you to study, and and then don't do what the teacher tells you not to do, then that's also other form of practicing.
Yeah, right. The text says, "Do we do? Don't do that. We don't do." Now this is practice. Then we know, we cannot do that. This is bad, but we just do that. Then we know that, but we doesn't practice. Then when you meditation, also you 아니 로 곰지 아니 수지라 똑바로 제도 그래서.
So when you do the meditation, you familiarize your mind, with that object, and then it becomes easier to gain the realization.
단단 가서 샴바는 니지에서 해야 되지. 삼못 안 되는데 인사리 삼모 정가서 개개그만 왔어.
So right now, when you think about loving kindness, compassion, you say, oh, this is what loving kindness is, this is what compassion is. We have that kind of mind, right? Understand that, but we don't really have that real loving kindness and compassion.
제가 때 곰 삼로당 내고 딱 제거서 모두 배나 잘라라 라바라바이나 배나 미신데 son가 많이 먹냐라야 미신 도도만 덴스 빌로 시작요 말 라발에서 내게 미신에서 콜 로지려고 된다고 연구해서.
So then that's because we have not applied, that meditation. We haven't done a meditation on that, right? And that's why our feeling of loving kindness, compassion is just, it's not really strong or not real compassion. But if you keep on meditating on that, then it really becomes, like a part of your mind. Like immediately you will have that loving kindness and compassion very easily. So just like when you see glasses on the shelf in the shop, you don't have that feeling. But when you have it in your hand, and when you have bought it, you have it in your hand, and you put it on, and say, oh, this is my glasses. So that's a different feeling like that.
근데 곰자라 야 재단식으로 그래. 되고 그러고 인트로덕션도 그래. 달 냠내 로조 제대 곰자게 인트로덕션도 그래.
And so but in order to meditate, you have to know how to meditate, right? And so studying, to learn how to meditate is like the introduction, to meditation.
라방가도 산지적으로 산지받아 단지면서 다 대강도네 다 대삼 되고 다 대삼네. 샘티나를 내내 되고 있다.
So that text, we read every time, like the refuge and bodhicitta in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. I take refuge until I'm enlightened, for the benefit. Also, all these things that we read, you have to think about it. You don't just like read it through and then forget about it. Not like that, but keeping that in your mind, through meditation. So when you're meditating on that, you're keeping that in your mind, that thought in your mind all the time, and that's called meditation.
제단 삼점 땜고는 보시게 받나 샹초정의朋友 소모가라 삼점 shum부도 왔어. 그래서 다샘 데니 특성식으로 따라왔어.
So like His Holiness, will cry, at the times like when he explains about bodhicitta or compassion, and so that shows that's the sign, like we talked about earlier. That's the sign, that he has the actual realization of bodhicitta or compassion.
아니 람마서 버럼 지야 손주 나게나게라 삼점 까마치 정하듯이 두 휴대도 왔어. 도대 곰자 그랬을까?
And so like Lama Zopa Rinpoche will also go into meditation while teaching. In the middle of teaching, he will just go silence for like 10-15 minutes.
Sometimes
Not
hours.
talk anything and not say anything. So he's going into meditation.
제다다 산지 주당 수시리 받아요. 다 되려고 다 대섬당 되고 다 뒤걸어 섬당 되고.
So like he's talking about when you say Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. So that time, he's like contemplating.
제가 가서 망책이 되고 말은 뇌선을 했다.
For us, most of the time, we just finish reading and that's it. Then we skip.
그래다 두지 삼로다나 가서 가로 니바도 통거를 삼로 마다나 시다 바샤도 두고 시작을 해. 야보도 시작을 되나. 니바도 조보 통도고 해서 말아.
So like that, if we are able to contemplate or meditate in that way, then we will achieve, we'll see the result, we'll see the potential from that. And otherwise, just read through. Of course, we leave a strong imprint. Just reading through, we'll leave a very strong imprint. That's good, but we'll not have that. We'll not gain that potential from that practice.
오케이, 얘는 가서 론디난데 타와 제작이 들어.
So anyway, we'll finish this text in this year.
오케이. 아니, 단데네 급 덤바로 제거래. 저기다 산적인 생산도 시그러고. 덤바로. 그래. 생산도 꾸시고 나다 시그래서.
그래다 좀 시단시에서 시더라. 구시.
Okay. We have homework? Oh, I forgot. What's homework? No, I forgot what's homework.
Let's see, the first, it was a
요즘 더
two-part
다다.
question.
자선 더 다스.
Ah.
What's the sign of having generated
요즘
renunciation?
알레레.
다다 장주 쌤 게베 다스.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
The other was, what is the sign of having generated bodhicitta?
Okay. Fourth one. What's the sign of the renunciation?
요즘 게베 딱.
Yeah. Yes, maybe Mark.
I didn't do no work.
Really? Okay. Who did? Okay. How about you did? Okay.
The question was the sign, not what it was, so the measure of having true renunciation, when not even an instant of admiration arises for the riches of cyclic existence, and the thought aspiring for liberation arises day and night.
Okay. Bob?
The second part of that, when the thought aspiring for liberation arises day and night.
Go.
tar보던 여기 로디 인생 건도 기억하다.
Okay. Deborah?
In the experience you have with pleasant, unpleasant, neutral, you always feel light out of samsara.
Okay. Yes.
I chose a quote from Lama Zopa.
Okay.
Going completely against self-cherishing thought and worldly concern.
Around
란진의 로.
네.
로 돌아왔다. 안에 가서 지금 저기 로 돌아와.
Okay. Okay. Michael? You don't have? Jennifer?
Just, that from the depths of your heart, your disenchantment with cyclical existence is so strong that your entire mind is, day and night is under the power of the wish for liberation.
Okay. You have?
It was a long time ago. I read it.
Oh, yeah, that's good, yeah. How many? 2
It all
weeks?
sounds great.
Yeah, I think you guys are very good, yeah. Ro? 강가 집어줘 올라서.
그래.
Yeah. then 계속 저래봤어.
가라 결혼 가상 와대 가는 거다. 영몽 방도
영어 반대고 삼바. 님들 건데야. 영어 반대고 삼바 있잖아. 아니 더 어떤 일로 지어버렸어.
다 그런 tar보던도 로스 거다. 영몽 방도 삼아 수지 남아서.
알아, 생각다. 인생한테 타와 되니로 나 간지 아니 인생한테 영어 반대고 놓잖아. 더 어떤 일로 지어버렸어. 근데 컨텐츠 좀 해봐.
다 영몽 다 가서 지단도 라야 말아. 저런 가를 빼져 신다니는 통말이지.
때 마모 빼리 마모 송도 군도들 송도 간지 타 영어 반대고 놓지봐 가디 인생한테 제 타와나 아니 더 어떤 일로 지으려고 그랬어. 제가 남주 빼셔는 여든 것도 더 어떤 일로 올라가고 왔어. 인생한테 더 어떤 일로 써야 돼. 저도 다다랬어. 제자가 남주 군도들 라마 마모 송도 간지 수도도 잖아. 인생한테 영어 반대고 놓지와이나 안 더 어떤 일로 지어버렸어.
영몽도 가서 방도 로게 가서.
다들
영몽도 다 동화 탐지.
동화도 죄인 봐.
신.
대시고 거들어.
So whatever you said is all right, like having the wish to achieve liberation throughout day and night, right? That's the renunciation. So in addition to that, His Holiness always mentioned about having the thought wanting to overcome the delusions by understanding that delusion is the cause of all the suffering. So understand there's a good delusion is the cause of suffering, and then if you can overcome the delusion, then you'll be able to overcome the suffering. So with that thought and wanting to overcome delusions throughout day and night. And so that will be the renunciation.
제장 남주들 제도를 받다대.
So would you be able to
저들은
generate
녀모다
that?
견아도들은 녀모다 잔대로 여담에.
So do you have a wish to be free from the delusions or not?
Yes, right. Day or night, 24 hours.
Then you have then you have renunciation.
아니 저들 다 같은 데로 여담에서.
Do you have a wish?
I have to wish for it.
Yeah. Do you have a wish to achieve liberation or not?
Yes, I do. But
대니나 휴가를 셔도.
you're not consumed with it 24 hours a day, so. that-
So which one you have more stronger? The wish to achieve liberation or wish to abandon delusions?
Which one more? Which one more?
No, I think liberation. You had to say both.
제자
Same thing.
제야 the same thing 가서 가을 남녀한테 납담만 하고 이런 거.
But if you label it differently,
Yeah.
Yeah, you can label it differently, or you can even think differently, right?
liberation more.
제자 아니야. 다들 때빼 가르쳐가는 배나 아마젤라 보고 제네 배나 나와 니스 이쯤에나 다시 주도 뉴스 잡잖아 아마 니 거기를 갈아서거든 보고 때 로도 돌고 말던데 언제라 왔어
그러다가 이제 녀몽 가서 타바톤데 로요나 난 요모도도 로 메고라네.
야
소든 요모도도 로이 거라.
녀모도 로테 거로 제가 아니 간들 녀모도 단다 간지 녀모반데 로세데 간지 가지는 대 조선도 뭐지 가디는 게 지지와도 거기서 말해
타바톤데 로 깨와 깨나 되는 거 람라 슈도 거라. 요모도도 요모 가서 반도 로디 깨나 반도 깨 로디도 다 가서 요거로 말어.
인생가다 타와도 주나도 좀 이제 올라왔어 인생가다 타와도 일로나 대체라 인게 주제 잘 남으시고 그러고 제가 인생 근데 녀모반데 로 제와나 파지 남으시고 그러고 이나 대 반도 로 제에서 파지 건 제저도 거기 왜냐면
요모 도자래 때 빵고래 빵고 300 얼마 전에 제마에 요모 주도 하는 거라.
된지로 이니까 내가 그때 이건 제저와 거기 왜냐면 내 빼라고 저나 빼나 걔한테 숨빈 저나 곧 반도 로도 제 초초 가지 대원처럼 맞아 텔레 예반 통 초초라고 시
So you have to, you have to have the wish wanting to be free from the delusions all the time, right? When you want to achieve liberation. So if you don't have that, you're thinking that, oh, I want to achieve liberation throughout day and night, will not be effective if you don't have the wish wanting to be free from the delusions. Right? But I don't know if do you have to have that throughout day and night, or when the condition arises.
Say that again?
Yeah.
Do you have to have that wish wanting to be free from delusions all the time throughout the night, or only when the conditions arise?
Well, according to the definition, you're supposed to have it all the time.
All the time,
Which means how many?
제가
But the example like Geshe gave earlier is about like a mother, and thinking about her child.
Right.
In the back of her mind, she's always thinking about her child, even when she's sleeping. She's sleeping, but she's still thinking about her child. That's why even if something happens to a child, she wakes up very easily. That shows that she's thinking about the child. So like that, you don't have to be like all the time. Like she doesn't have to just think about the child all the time and not do anything else. It's not like that. If you can do other things and you still have that strong mind in the back of your mind, thinking about that. So just like mother is thinking of a child all the time. But she's also doing the other things at the same time.
yes
But I think, don't you always have that in your mind? I mean, the reason I was thinking that you have that in your mind, and I think even commonly, I think people don't realize that they have it in their mind. If you're on this path or on a spiritual path, you're aware you're going to die. So with that in mind, you're going to be saying to yourself very, very solidly that you're going to want liberation.
Because
You will die.
So you're saying that we all have that?
I think we all know deep down whether it manifests or not. It's like in the substrata of
Yeah.
the mind. It's latent. So
맞아,
in
내
that
타바톤도
sense-
로디 열어서 따버린 거죠, 열었어요. 맞아, 내 처음에 중간 믿어서 상황 열었어. 내가 상황 가서 시동을 생각 상황 열었어. 내가 나 걸어서 나도 치다 제가 가서 치워면다 또 살도 이렇게 시거든.
저 태어나지 않은 주제 살아야 돼 태어나 남식
Is that
살아
wrong?
So no, according to what you're saying, that then you should be in the path already, right? You should be on the path already.
Well, I mean, no. I think that's common. I think everybody is thinking that because of death, you want liberation. It's in your mind.
마다마다 치워다 따가라, 치웠다.
저는 들이 전부
세대 3마당 걸어라.
단어 속에 단어
Not
전
just me. I've been
단어 속에 단어 전 처음부터 가서 tren서 바지 찍어 tre야 말해
So in your case, personally, in your
me
case,
personally,
yeah.
okay.
So from this morning till now, how many times did you think you're going to die?
maybe
Not
not
once, maybe.
maybe not
That's not true. No, I
okay when
I saw my neighbor today, and he just came back from open heart surgery, and he showed me his
Yeah.
big stitch there, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't want that."
Yeah, but you-
I thought
You
that
say you don't want that, but did you
Yeah.
think, oh, I'm going to die?
No, I thought, I thought, boy, we're so close to death. It's just like nothing. Yeah, I thought.
yeah he said he's dead not you dead
I thought but I don't think that's some big achievement. I don't think that's like, ooh, wow.
no if you have like day or night like that thing you become really reach the renunciation
I don't think I'm very renounced, but I think about that quite a bit.
no that, you say you think well he's almost died you don't think you will die do you think
I think I will die, absolutely.
no I said you absolutely die But did you saw his surgery? Just he thought, oh, he's almost to die. Did that time you think, oh, I am be possible like that? Do you thought
I
that?
did think that possible like that.
Do you thought?
Did I think that?
Yeah.
No, do you thought that time?
I did, yeah, easy. It's so close. I
No,
thought
it's
like
close.
So close.
Yeah.
It's just a slight difference of condition that could be me.
Yes. Yeah.
But I don't think that's like so amazing.
You know, 저한테 some choice.
Samsung 거의. they nga dene chassis 그랬어. dene Samsung.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Is that great?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
It's like,
People have been
You think that, oh, that could have me, you know, I could become like that, and I could die, you know, like that. Did you think like that to yourself, or say, oh, that person was very close to death,
I
and
thought
he
was
had this
close to
open
that,
heart
all of
surgery and
that,
all these things.
Okay.
All of the above.
Okay. Then what you did after that?
What did you do after that? When you thought about that, when you thought that, oh,
Are you-
I could have,
are you
I could
scared?
have died.
I wasn't
I could,
scared, just be mindful, just a little bit more focused. I wasn't like scared. I mean, I was a little scared, but I wasn't like, you know.
So what do you think that, oh, I'm going to die, so I must do something? Do you think like that?
I'm happy I'm coming here, you know.
Anyway.
I don't know if that answers your question, but
Yeah, I think me 지는 가도 your somewhere the 파시 대 요말에 something 하고 있다나.
So yeah, you know, that's normally, you know, when we think about death, you know, so we don't think about this life, we don't think about living, we don't think about, you know, I mean, not like I want to live like that, you know, we don't think about, oh, I'm going to live forever, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You don't think about these lives, you know.
네, 잘하셨나?
So usually we think that we have that realization, but we don't really have the realization.
대 maybe 빼는 것이야. 근데 저한테는 멤버가 저런 나서 또 보자. 다 조사를 대하면서나 저런 선물 땅땅 남비가 이제 왔다 잘 그랬어.
So just like, you know, like you know, usually it is true for everybody, right? True for all of us, but we don't think in that way. So what I'm going to say is that, you know, we think only like that when the doctor says, oh, you have this disease and you're not going to live for a long time. And that time you think, oh, I'm going to die at that time, you know. Other time we don't think like that. But it's true that we're going to die. You know, we're all going to die. We're all going to die. But it's very true. But we don't think in that way unless somebody like tells us, okay, you have this very serious disease in you, and you might not live long. You know. And that time, then I was, oh, I'm going to die. Like that.
Then you're going to prepare something else to do.
I don't think you have to look too far to see that
No.
death is all around.
Yeah, this is
It's
true.
gonna happen.
This is true,
How
really.
many squirrels do I see when I'm
Exactly.
driving? They're like-
You're right. This is your right. That is not too far away. Buddha said. That is sudden.
말은 코러스나다 나도 내내 삼로 코고 내내 고고 말했어. 내내 삼로 코할라. 멤버들 나 고고 말했어.
제가
내내 삼로 코라 코라서 그러다. 가서는 코런 람걸 도도는 내내 스쿨을 다 돼서 가서 쉬대요.
엄마 저랑 그 스쿠르 시에다 저랑 멤버 저랑 좀 시달라는 전 샘은 지원을 살아야 돼. 그거에 들어갔어.
So you know, seeing the squirrel dead on the road, and the doctor telling you that you're going to die yourself. You know, you have this very serious disease and you're going to
Oh,
die.
yeah, the
You think that will be
emotion's gonna be
it's going to be different or the same?
내가 대 말아봐대 나도 시 내봐라 봐다 이나야. 소소 이치에서 멤버다 그렇게 말아봐다 가도 다 소화내고 말했어.
So yeah, it's true that we're going to die, and we all know that we're going to die, but you don't get that emotion or feeling, you know, until like, you know, doctor or somebody that you believe in tells you that, oh, you're going to die. So that emotion or feeling that you get at that time is different from, you know, seeing the death.
No, think about that. Yes, you're really. We think, oh, we are die. We're no longer. Everyone say, yes, yeah, I'm sure.
Don't waste time.
Yeah, but no, I'm not saying you have to do something. But
Yeah, so you know, it's not that easy, you know, to have that kind of thought, you know, all the time, especially like renunciation. You know, even though we think like, oh yeah, I want to be free from, I want to be free from something. We have that thought sometimes, but it's not like there all the time, and it's not like strong, like, you know, like the doctor giving you the notice, you know, about your, you know, disease and death, you know. So that, like that kind of feeling you have to have, you know, and all that, and so the attachment, like especially being attached to this life, and of course for the renunciation, you have to be free from the attachment to the next life also, future lives also.
Okay, now we stop. Okay,
All right,
it's
stop.
over time. Saju Puji Shijam method, Ralajan, the Jibede, Saji, the Medebo, Doganam Dojunda Shovrecho, Idangara, Rana Madala Kanaya Taya Mo, Karo Ravi, Kobe Shingo, Pendant the Opali, she is on what they did, Shabbat, since about the danger to do Shaju Jungle, Jibin, the John Bibek. So, Kimberlins, Tato the Jingo, the job, the show, me made the better to make it, the one knowledge, the conscience of it. Those on Trabeja so and thank you. Have a good night. Okay, keep next homework there, okay?